Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the daily practice and different things that you can put into your day to help you with connecting to your craft, connecting to you, and that's what a daily practice is all about. Before we dive in though, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and Tapping into Abundance. And if you want to learn more about Wicca and witchcraft, to connect more to yourself and to spirit, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. A big thank you to those of you who are giving me the super thanks. The channel is greatly supported by people supporting it financially, and I really thank you for it, because doing these videos does actually take time and energy, and I can't keep giving and not getting things back. It can, I don't want to end up being burned out and drained, essentially. So thank you for that. If you want to know more about how you can have a daily practice, I do have the very, very inexpensive course called The Ultimate Guide to Starting a Wiccan Practice That Works, and it's basically a daily practice. It's over 5 days, so it's a 5-day video course, and each day it just gives you something to add to your practice, so that by day 5 you have a full practice. You don't have to be Wiccan to do it. It is something that any witch can do, so take a look at that. It's at the moment, it's $12. The price is going up though in the near future to $15, so it's a good idea to get it now if you can. So when it comes to having a daily practice, it's all about connection. You're doing it to connect you with you. You're doing it to connect you to who you are, to your path, to the energies, to spirit, the universe, God and Goddess. You're doing it to connect and be you, be real. That's what you're doing it for, to come home to who you are, to come home to what you are. So every day and throughout the day, if you do these little other practices I'm going to suggest today, you're coming home to yourself. Because the world as it is likes to take us out of home and put us into the world. And often the world can be great, it can be awesome, and other times it can be a real hellhole. And we don't want to be part of it. So coming home is our safe haven. It's like our home, essentially. It's our safe haven and where we feel safe and secure. So your daily practice can be totally up to you what you do. It depends on each individual and what you resonate with. I teach a basic daily practice in the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, which is actually the same practice, which is the ultimate guide to starting a Wiccan practice that works that I told you about just before. Just to help guide people as to how to do a daily practice and what it can consist of. The very first thing though is to know what you're doing your daily practice for, what you're practicing witchcraft for. So what is it about the craft that you love? What is it about the craft that attracts you? What is it about the craft that has you going, how can I bring this into my life every day? How can I have a daily practice? That's knowing your why. And whilst I don't use the word why so much, I sort of say, what is it about the practice more so? Because it just helps you get more into answering that. But we do go through your why in the Ultimate Guide to Starting a Wiccan Practice That Works. And that's the very first place you start, is knowing your why. Because your why will give you the motivation for doing it every day. Your why will give you more of an understanding of what you're wanting from the craft and why you've come to it in the first place. And it just gives you more knowledge and more incentive to keep doing it. So for a daily practice, you want to be setting up your space in some way. Your mental space, your spiritual space, your energetic space. And that could begin with you literally setting up a space. In the course I teach about the circle of light. You could just set up your space mentally and energetically as soon as you wake up in the morning. Before you even open your eyes in the morning, you could have a little chant that you say, which could be something like, today I live in joy. Today I live in love. Let all that is good fulfill my day as I walk the witch's way. You could even have it rhyme like that. And say that every morning. You could say it a number of times. Maybe you want to say it 9 times before you open your eyes and get up. And what that does is it helps set you up for the day. So that's just a suggestion. If you don't have time to sit down and actually do a practice, you can simply start with that and have that as your practice. And when you've just woken up from sleeping, you're still in a bit of an alpha wave state. You're still in that connection to your subconscious mind. And so when you're affirming these things just as you wake up, you're actually getting it more into the subconscious mind. And that will help your subconscious mind create a better day for you, and also get you feeling more joy and happiness in your life if you do that every day. So that's one way that you can bring your practice into your life, even if you can't start with sitting down and doing a space clearing or a circle of light, working with the deities, calling in the deities every day, meditating, writing out your gratitude, or just stating what you're grateful for, or doing any intention work or any sort of mini magic or something like that. You can just start with doing that first thing as soon as you wake up in the morning. It's a great way to start your day. In the daily practice, I do talk about setting up your sacred space, calling in the deities, and that can be a really quick thing. You can call in the deities by just asking the goddess and god to be with you now, or whichever deity you of choice that you're working with, and to just ask them to be with you now, or to say, I know that you are with me now and throughout the day. Meditation is something I totally recommend as a daily practice, and this can be mindfulness meditation and clearing the mind. It's a great place to get centered and grounded, so doing your grounding as part of this is important too, or grounding even before you set up your circle of light. There's different ways that you don't have to do everything necessarily in order, but I teach grounding as well. And it just centers you, it just gets you connected to the earth. And when you feel that connection to earth, then you can clear your space, then you can call in deities, then you can focus on meditation. If mindfulness meditation doesn't do it for you, you can always use a guided meditation. And I'm hoping to do more of those and having more of those available to people that you can do. Quick ones that just give you maybe 15 or 20 minutes that you can do a guided meditation that has something specific to helping you with something that you may be struggling with. You don't have to do intention work or magic work every day, but if you like to set an intention and then be grateful for it having already occurred before it's occurred, then you can do a little bit of mini magic as part of your daily practice as well. Otherwise, throughout the day, you can, maybe every time you eat, so when you're dealing with something you do every day that you've got to do every day, like eat and drink, you can turn that into a practice. So if you've got food, say you've got your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, you can do this, of course, for all of the food that you eat when you're eating a meal, is just simply bless it. So you can bless it by rubbing your hands together, building the energy and putting energy into it of maybe health, healing, love. If you do Reiki, you can always do the Reiki symbols or Reiki it. Or you can say a prayer over it. And a prayer that I like to say over the food is, I thank all beings who have brought me this food. And the reason I do that is because unless you're living on the land and you're growing your own food, there's probably a lot of other beings involved in the food, including the food you're eating. So you've got your plants, you've got your animals, you've got people who have picked the food, planted the food, processed the food, done all of the driving of the food to the supermarket, and then the supermarket people and all of the people involved in actually getting that food to your plate. And thanking everybody for it. It's a great way to realize how we rely on other beings for our survival. We can't survive without other beings. And that helps us feel connected, and it can also help us feel more reverence towards what we're eating, because we realize that other beings lives have been sacrificed simply for our own survival. And nature is full of that. Nature is full of that. So it's that hard facts of nature that we see every day, even if you're just eating an apple. The apple is the fruit of a tree. So that tree has given you that fruit. So it's probably one of the most harmless things you could do is eat fruit. But if you've picked a carrot out of the garden, then bless the carrot. It's like sacrificing itself for you. So be kind to it as you eat it. Thank it. There are things you can do. Water. We know that water is able to carry different energy. So when you're drinking your 8 glasses of water a day, which we're told we're supposed to be drinking, or depending really on your body size, if you're drinking your water, you can bless your water. Bless your water bottle, bless your glass of water. And turn that water into something that is healing you and bringing you healing and cleansing of your body. So it could just be something that you say, this water cleanses, this water heals, this water is love. And say that chant, 3 to 9 times. And feel into that chant, this water cleanses, this water heals, this water is love. And just see, then drink it while still feeling into that energy and turning that water into a magic potion, essentially. And you can do that with all or anything that you drink, really. There has been experiments done with water, and it does seem to change the energy of the water whatever you say over it. So make sure that when you're drinking water, that you're drinking it in a very positive state of mind. You can also do nightly chants or prayers at night. So before you lay down to go to sleep, you could do some gratitude. You can thank the universe, thank spirit, thank your higher self for all of the wonderful things that have happened to you that day, for the achievements you've had that day, the things that have worked well for you that day, and to bless the things that didn't work for you that day, including the people who may not have worked well for you that day. It's a way of cleaning the slate so that you're not carrying all that crap with you at night. It is an alchemical process, and magic is alchemy. It's changing something into something else and creating something. So blessing even the things that you don't like or that happened that you weren't happy about, it kind of helps change the energy in that alchemical way. So just little things like this can be all a part of your daily practice. You do this every day. You wake up in the morning, you eat, you drink, and you go to bed at night, or whenever it is you go to bed. If you're a shift worker, it may be the other way around. But these things you're going to be doing anyway. So you can turn these rituals that we all do into daily practice of magic. Even having a shower is cleansing. You can still do the same thing. This water is cleansing. This water heals me as it goes down my body. This water is filling me with love as it goes down my body. And use your shower as a magic ritual and as a way of connecting to the energy of the water. Everything that you do, cleaning your teeth can be a magical ritual. Washing the dishes, you're cleansing the dishes. You're cleansing everything, making everything pure. You can turn that into a magical act. You're cooking. When you're cooking, of course, turn that into a magical act. So the food, again, is going to resonate with the frequency of whatever you're spelling it with. So again, if you're wanting the food for health and vitality, put that into the food. Talk to it as you're cooking it, as you're mixing things together. Talk to it. And even the ingredients you're putting into your food, have a look and see what those ingredients are, what different foods magically resonate with as correspondences. If you're using herbs particularly, basil will be a great flavouring in a pasta dish, but what else can basil do? Well, basil can bring you more prosperity, it can bring you love, it can bring you purity and protection. So you can be putting some little bit of basil in there, and as you're doing that, just call to the spirit of basil to bring you those things as you're cooking your meal. These are daily practices. These are part of your daily practice. So be creative with it. It doesn't have to be difficult. But if you do want something that is a little bit more structured, that you can use in the morning or the evening or any time of the day, I just recommend the morning, then do have a look at the ultimate guide to starting a Wiccan practice that works. You don't have to be a Wiccan. It's actually pretty much just witchcraft in general. It's $12 at the moment, going up to $15 in a week or so. So get that if you are interested in learning a daily practice with me. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you to all of the people out there who have been giving me the super thanks. The channel really does need the funding right now. So thank you for that. I will see you on the next video.